blood veins.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm your host, Paco, and you're tuning in to Occupy the Media. I want to thank you if you've been listening last hour. Got great news with Ron Paul. Just a reminder, today is Thursday, May 3rd. I got that right? Yeah, today's Thursday, May 3rd. Don't forget to donate if you haven't, ronpaul2012.com. Ron Paul attracts 4,000 plus voters to Fullerton, California, which is awesome. It's great. I know I was talking about I was going. Unfortunately, my ride car broke down. Wasn't able to make it at the last minute. I'm so upset. And I'm even more upset that Ron Paul came to LA Liberty headquarters out in Venice Beach before the rally. Oh, man, and I missed it. I didn't know he was going there. I had no idea. Obviously, I would have went there at least to see him. So, man, I'm a little down about that, man. I hate it when I miss him when he comes here. But anyways, 4,000 plus voters, great news. Not on the news, though. As I was telling people the last hour, I'm watching the news last night since I'm not there, and I figured, well, let me just see what they're going to say about Ron Paul since I'm home. Nothing. Talked about Mitt Romney on the local news, talked about Newt Gingrich, and then they talked about a goose. So we're saving a goose. Nothing about Ron Paul. No, I went to the local news coverage, nothing. Unless they put it up here soon or in the last hour or so, nothing on all the local news stations about Ron Paul's coming to Fullerton. They are getting scared, boy. They are getting really scared. This is too many people, man. Too many people catching on. Too many people that were signing up to be Republicans. It's a wonderful thing, man. It's great. Ron Paul is going to be in San Diego tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that one. I was trying to see if we could get backstage with him, but we unfortunately didn't have enough time in advance to work that out. So we're going to see what happens, do the best that we can. Got some headlines for you. RNC to Nevada GOP. Now, this is messed up, man. Don't let Ron Paul delegates take over national convention slots, or don't bother coming to Tampa. I mean, how much more do they got to come out and open? In a letter delivered Wednesday to GOP Chairman Michael McDonald, the RNC's chief counsel, said if Ron Paul delegates are allowed to take too many slots for the national convention, Nevada's entire contingent may not be seated in Tampa. John Felipe Jr. said that while his letter is not binding, I believe it is highly likely that any committee with jurisdiction over the matter would find improper any change to the election, selection, allocation, or binding of delegates, thus jeopardizing the seating of Nevada's entire delegation to the national convention. Clearly, the RNC fears that mischief at the Sparks convention this weekend could result in Ron Paul delegates taking Mitt Romney slots and then not abiding by GOP rules to vote for the presumptive nominee on the first ballot in Tampa. So they are trying to force McDonald to ensure that actual Romney delegates fill 20 of the 28 national convention slots, thus removing any mystery of who they will vote for. This could be even more fun on Saturday because I may be wrong. I don't think these Paul folks respect authority too much. And now the new chairman, who was close to some of the Paul folks, has to be the enforcer. Too delicious. The letter is at right. That's right. I mean, we're not going to just let you do that easily and get away with it. You know, and I mean, just follow the rules. Why do they need to send a letter saying this? Why do they need to do all this? You know why? Because there is no real support for Mitt Romney. Nobody out there wants to be a delegate for Mitt Romney unless they're getting paid, unless they're part of the establishment already. He ain't got no supporters. This shouldn't even be an issue. This is embarrassing. How you got all these people out showing you and you supposedly getting all the votes, getting most of the votes, winning all these states. But, yeah, you got nobody coming out to these conventions. And that's how it always is. And they know that. That's why this delicate situation benefits the GOP and the 1%. But unfortunately, they're getting blowback now. It's coming back to bite them in their behind because now that the process is so low key, the process is so like underreported. A lot of people don't even know that this is what really counts, not the primary votes. And so, you know, it's so underreported and so unknown that it's coming back to bite them now because it was used to their advantage, but now it's used to their disadvantage because since so little people know about it, so little people are showing up. and actually getting involved because they never were involved before. But who's showing up, doing all the work? The Ron Paul supporters. We're showing up, and we're taking action, and they can't stand it. That's why they're trying to stop us from going to Tampa. Don't bother coming to Tampa. This is amazing. You guys can check this out at the LasVegasSun.com. LasVegasSun.com, written by John Ralston. And this was put out, yesterday? Or last night. Yeah, it just came out last night. So it's getting crazier and crazier, y'all. They're going to do everything they can to stop us from going to the convention. Let's see. What else did we have in the headlines here for you guys? More talking about not going to Tampa. You guys can also check it out on The Hill. The Hill's blog. They also talked about it. Okay, someone posted on Ron Paul forums. This is some good news. Ron Paul beats Obama 49-41 in Montana. So I think there was a new poll that's been put out. I want to say it's a public policy polling, PPP poll, I believe. Waiting for it to come up here. Let's see. This was at Daily Poll. And yes, publicpolicypolling.com. Romney leads Obama 48-43, down from a 50-40 advantage when PPP last polled the Montana in November. Worse for Romney is that his soon-to-be vanquished intra-party foe, Ron Paul, actually leads Obama by 8 points. Obama is able to keep it relatively close here because he basically ties Romney with the plurality independents, while Ron Paul leads by 22 points. And this is very dangerous because, the people that are supporting Romney are supporting the Republican Party, not the sold out people, but the people that are brainwashed and they do what they're told. That's what they're doing. They're just doing what they're told. They're going along, and they're listening to the Republican Party continuously yell and scream about beating Obama, and that Mitt Romney's the only chance to beat Obama. And when more and more people realize that not only is Mitt Romney not a conservative and tons of reasons not to vote for him, but he's not the one to beat Obama. And if they knew that, if the Republican Party knew that, and Republican participants knew that, a lot more of them would jump off the Romney bandwagon. Even people that don't like or care for Ron Paul. They would get on the Ron Paul bandwagon because they would know that he's the only one that can beat Obama. And this is more evidence, which we don't even need these polls to know this, but it's good to have it. So you guys check that out, public policy and poll. Share that, spread that around. Also, a heads up, somebody posted on Ron Paul forums. Heads up, Maine is this weekend. So let's see, May 5th and May 6th is Maine's convention. So we need to get as many Ron Paul supporters out there as possible in Maine, so we can win that as well. I mean, we're just racking up states, man. The more and more states that we get, the more and more apparent, the more and more we're going to see the media show their hand, start showing their cards, because they're going to have to start playing sooner or later. Now they're just ignoring us, doing their best they can. But sooner or later, they're going to have to come up with something. I mean, they're going to have to do even more fraud, blatantly keep us from going to the convention, something. They're going to have to do something. And so that's coming soon, and we need to be ready for it. A lot of these states are going to be done soon, and then they're not going to be able to keep reporting these fake numbers, which who knows, they probably still will. They don't care. They still report fake numbers all the way till the end. And then when Ron Paul becomes a nominee, they're going to have a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining to do. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Montana Watchdog just reported Romney leads Obama in Montana. So that's going to be spreading out there. New poll on Business Insider. Americans now think gold is the world's safest investment, which it is. Silver might make you a little bit more money in the near future. But gold, silver, precious metals, that's what we need, not precious dollars. What else? Okay, Michelle Bachmann is set to endorse Mitt Romney today, which is more crazy news. What does she have to say about Mitt Romney? All Obama got to do is take all these people's debates and play all their words towards Mitt Romney and beat them that way. Anyways, I'm your host, Paco. We'll be back after the break. You listen to Occupy the Media.